feeling that many people know very well. The feeling of not being where you thought you would be. Maybe a few years ago, you imagined a different version of your life. You thought that by now, you would have a clear plan. You thought you would know exactly what career you wanted. You thought you would be more confident. You thought you would have more money. You thought you would be more disciplined. You thought you would wake up every morning with motivation, direction, and energy. But real life does not always follow the plan we create in our head. Sometimes you grow up and realize that life is more complicated than you expected. The path is not always clear. The progress is not always fast. The motivation is not always there. The opportunities do not always come when you want them. And suddenly, you start asking yourself difficult questions. Am I late? Did I waste time? Did I make the wrong choices? Why does everyone else seem to move faster than me? Why do I feel stuck? These questions are heavy. They can stay in your mind all day. You can wake up with them. You can go to sleep with them. You can try to ignore them. But they come back when you are alone, when the room is quiet, when you scroll on social media, or when someone asks you about your future. And the worst part is that you may feel guilty for feeling this way, because maybe your life is not terrible. Maybe you have a place to sleep. Maybe you have food. Maybe you have family. Maybe you have some opportunities. So you tell yourself, I should not complain. I should be grateful. Other people have bigger problems. And yes, gratitude is important. But gratitude does not erase confusion. You can be grateful and still feel lost. You can have good things in your life and still feel pressure. You can smile during the day and feel anxious at night. You can help other people and still not know how to help yourself. That is not weakness. That is being human. A lot of people feel like they are falling behind, but most of them do not talk about it honestly. They say, I'm good. They say, everything is fine. They say, I'm just busy. But inside, they are thinking, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm scared. I need a change. I want more from my life. I don't know where to start. This is why this topic matters. Because feeling lost can make you believe that you are the only one. But you are not. Many people are trying to build a life while feeling uncertain. Many people are making decisions without being completely sure. Many people are comparing themselves silently. Many people are scared of disappointing their family. Many people are afraid of wasting time. Many people are trying to look confident while feeling confused. So if you feel this way, you are not strange. You are not broken. You are not finished. You are in a season of questions. And sometimes, a season of questions comes before a season of growth. The problem is that we live in a world that does not like slow growth. Everything is fast. Fast videos, fast results, fast success stories, fast transformations, fast money, fast advice, fast motivation. People say things like, Change your life in 30 days. Become successful before 25. Make money while you sleep. Build your dream life now. Stop wasting time. Wake up at 5 in the morning. Become the best version of yourself. Some of this advice can be useful, but sometimes it becomes too much. Instead of motivating you, it makes you feel worse. Because if you cannot change everything quickly, you start thinking there is something wrong with you. But deep change is usually not fast. Real confidence takes time. Real skill takes time. A strong career takes time. A healthy body takes time. Emotional maturity takes time. Knowing yourself takes time. And sometimes, before you can move forward, you need to understand why you feel stuck. Maybe you feel stuck because you are tired. Maybe you feel stuck because you are afraid. Maybe you feel stuck because your environment does not help you. Maybe you feel stuck because you are trying to live someone else's life. Maybe you feel stuck because you have too many options. Maybe you feel stuck because you compare yourself every day. Maybe you feel stuck because you are waiting for perfect confidence before taking action. Different problems need different answers. If you are tired, you may need rest. If you are afraid, you may need courage and support. If your environment is bad, you may need better habits or better people around you. If you are living someone else's dream, you may need honesty. If you have too many options, you may need focus. If you compare yourself too much, you may need distance from social media. If you wait for perfect confidence, you may need to start before you feel ready. This is why you should not judge yourself too quickly. Sometimes you do not need more pressure. You need more understanding. Understanding yourself is not an excuse. It is a starting point. Because once you understand what is really blocking you, you can choose a better next step. And the next step is important. Not the whole plan, not the perfect 5-year strategy, not the dream life, just the next step. When people feel lost, they often try to solve their whole life at once. They ask, what career should I choose? Where should I live? How can I become successful? How can I fix my money, my body, my confidence, my relationships, my studies, and my future, all at the same time? No wonder they feel overwhelmed. A human brain is not made to solve every problem in one night. Sometimes the best thing you can do is reduce the question. Instead of asking, how can I fix my life? Ask, what can I improve this week? Instead of asking, what is my perfect career? Ask, what skill can I practice for 30 minutes today? Instead of asking, how do I become confident? Ask, what is one small thing I am avoiding because of fear? Instead of asking, why am I not successful yet? Ask, what habit would help me move in the right direction? Smaller questions create movement. Movement creates information. Information creates clarity. Clarity creates better decisions. This is how progress often happens, not in one big magical moment, but through small actions repeated over time. You try something. You learn something. You adjust. You try again. You meet someone. You discover an opportunity. You fail. You understand yourself better. You continue. That may not look impressive from the outside, but it is real, and real progress is often quiet. Nobody sees you applying for jobs. Nobody sees you practicing English alone. Nobody sees you reading at night. Nobody sees you trying to fix your routine. Nobody sees you fighting your doubts. Nobody sees you choosing not to give up. But those moments count. The invisible effort counts. The small discipline counts. The quiet courage counts. You do not need applause for something to matter. A lot of important growth happens in silence. Think about a seed. When a seed is under the ground, you cannot see anything. From the outside, it looks like nothing is happening. But under the surface, something is growing. Roots are forming. Strength is building. The foundation is appearing. Then one day, something becomes visible. People see the plant and say, "Wow, it grew." But they did not see the hidden process. Life can be like that. Maybe you are in a hidden process. Maybe the results are not visible yet. Maybe people do not understand what you are building. Maybe even you do not fully understand it yet. But if you keep learning, keep trying, keep improving, something is happening. Do not destroy your own progress just because it is not visible yet. Now, let's talk about comparison again. Comparison is one of the biggest reasons people feel late. You see someone your age doing better, and you immediately judge yourself. But you do not know their full story. You do not know their starting point. You do not know their family situation. You do not know their private struggles. You do not know their mental health. You do not know what they sacrificed. You do not know if they are actually happy. You do not know if the picture tells the truth. And even if they are truly successful, that does not mean your life has no value. Someone else's success is not proof of your failure. Read that again in your mind. Someone else's success is not proof of your failure. There is room for other people to win, and for you to win too. Their timeline is not your timeline. Their path is not your path. Their chapter is not your chapter. If a friend gets a great job, that does not mean your opportunity will never come. If someone starts a business, that does not mean you are useless. If someone speaks English better than you, that does not mean you cannot improve. If someone looks confident, that does not mean you are weak. Comparison only becomes useful when it inspires you. If you look at someone and think, "That is possible. Maybe I can learn from them," that can be good. But if you look at someone and think, "I am nothing, I am late, I am not good enough," then comparison is hurting you. Protect your mind. You do not need to expose yourself every day to content that makes you hate your life. You can unfollow. You can mute. You can take breaks. You can choose what enters your mind. Your attention is not a public place. You can protect it. Now, let's talk about pressure from other people. Sometimes people ask questions without realizing how heavy they feel. What are you doing now? What is your plan? Did you find something? How much do you earn? When will you finish? Why don't you do this? Why don't you try that? Maybe they mean well. Maybe they are curious. Maybe they care. But when you already feel uncertain, these questions can hurt. They can make you feel like you are being evaluated, like your life is a test, like you must prove that you are not wasting time. But your life is not a presentation for other people. You are allowed to be in progress without having a perfect explanation. You can answer simply, I am working on it. I am still exploring. I am building my skills. I am taking things step by step. I do not have the final answer yet, but I am moving forward. You do not need to open your whole heart to everyone. Some people deserve details. Others do not. Protect your energy. Now, if you feel lost, there is one thing you must avoid. Do not confuse your current situation with your identity. Your situation is where you are. Your identity is who you are. Maybe you are unemployed right now. That does not mean you are useless. Maybe you failed an exam. That does not mean you are stupid. Maybe you are broke. That does not mean you have no future. Maybe you feel insecure. That does not mean you are weak. Maybe you are starting late. That does not mean you cannot succeed. A situation can change. A skill can improve. A routine can be rebuilt. A mindset can evolve. A new opportunity can appear. Do not turn a temporary situation into a permanent identity. Say, I am in a difficult period. Not, my life is over. Say, I need to improve. Not, I am worthless. Say, I made a mistake. Not, I am a failure. Words matter. The way you describe yourself becomes the way you treat yourself. And the way you treat yourself affects what you do next. If you believe you are hopeless, you stop trying. If you believe you can improve, you take action. Hope is not naive. Hope is fuel. It gives you enough energy to try one more time. Now, this does not mean you should lie to yourself. If something is not working, admit it. If you need discipline, say it. If you wasted time, accept it. If your habits are bad, be honest. If you need help, recognize it. But honesty does not need cruelty. You can be honest and kind. You can say, I lost time, but I can start again. My routine is bad, but I can improve it. I am not ready yet, but I can prepare. I failed before, but I can learn. I am scared, but I can still take one step. That is a strong way to speak to yourself. Now, because this is a simple English podcast, let's learn some useful words from this topic. Pressure means the feeling that you must do something quickly or correctly. Uncertainty means not knowing what will happen. Progress means improvement. Comparison means looking at others and judging yourself. Confidence means believing you can do something. Timeline means the rhythm of your life. Overwhelmed means feeling like there is too much to handle. Clarity means understanding what matters. Discipline means doing what is useful, even when you do not feel motivated. Identity means the way you see yourself. Now listen to these words in sentences. I feel pressure about my future. Uncertainty can be uncomfortable. Small progress is still important. Comparison can make you feel behind. Confidence grows through action. Everyone has a different timeline. I feel overwhelmed when I think about everything at once. Clarity often comes after action. Discipline helps when motivation disappears. My current situation is not my full identity. Now, here are some useful expressions. I am not where I want to be yet. I am still trying to understand my path. I feel overwhelmed, but I can take one small step. I should not compare my full life to someone else's best moment. I can start again from where I am. I do not need to have everything figured out today. My progress may be slow, but it still matters. I am allowed to be a beginner. I can learn from this period. I am building quietly. These sentences are simple, but they can help you express real feelings in English. Now, let's imagine a realistic situation. You wake up and feel unmotivated. You look at your phone. You see someone announcing good news. A new job, a new apartment, a new success. Immediately, your mood changes. You start thinking, I am late. I am doing nothing. I should be better by now. Then you feel heavy. You do not want to start anything. This is the moment where you need to interrupt the pattern. Instead of scrolling more, stop. Put the phone down. Take a breath. Ask yourself, what is one useful thing I can do right now? Maybe the answer is very small. Drink water. Make your bed. Open your notebook. Study for 10 minutes. Send one email. Clean your desk. Go outside. Small actions change the atmosphere. They do not solve everything, but they break the feeling of being stuck. Being stuck is often a mix of fear, confusion, and no movement. Movement does not need to be impressive. It only needs to begin. Now, let's talk about motivation. A lot of people wait for motivation. They think one day they will wake up and feel ready. Ready to study. Ready to apply. Ready to train. Ready to speak. Ready to create. Ready to change. But motivation is not reliable. It comes and goes. Some days you feel powerful. Other days you feel empty. If you only act when motivation appears, your progress will be unstable. A small routine is better. Choose something simple enough that you can repeat it, even on average days. Not perfect days, average days, because most of life is average days. You will not always feel inspired. You will not always feel strong. You will not always feel confident. So your habits must be realistic. For example, 10 minutes of English listening, 5 new words, 1 job application, 20 minutes of exercise, 1 page of reading. One small task completed. This may sound too simple, but simple is good. Simple can be repeated. Repeated actions become powerful. Powerful actions change identity. One day you stop saying, I want to learn, and you start saying, I am someone who learns. That change matters. Now, let's talk about being proud. Sometimes you are waiting for a big success before allowing yourself to be proud. You think, I will be proud when I get the job. I will be proud when I make money. I will be proud when I speak English fluently. I will be proud when I look better. I will be proud when people respect me. But you can be proud of effort too. Not arrogant, not satisfied with doing nothing. Just proud that you are trying. Proud that you did not give up. Proud that you survived a difficult period. Proud that you are learning. Proud that you are taking responsibility. Proud that you are still here. Pride can give energy. You do not need to hate yourself to improve. Actually, hating yourself often makes improvement harder. It drains your energy. It makes you avoid challenges. It makes you see every mistake as proof that you are not enough. Try a different approach. Respect yourself enough to improve. Respect yourself enough to rest. Respect yourself enough to choose better habits. Respect yourself enough to try again. That is healthier. Now, if you feel lost, remember this. You do not need to solve your whole future tonight. You only need to return to movement. Maybe your next step is not glamorous. Maybe it is boring. Maybe it is sending an email. Maybe it is studying grammar. Maybe it is cleaning your room. Maybe it is sleeping earlier. Maybe it is asking for help. Maybe it is admitting the truth to yourself. But boring steps build real lives. Not everything meaningful feels exciting. Sometimes maturity is doing the necessary thing without needing drama. And sometimes peace comes when you stop trying to impress everyone. You do not need to live a life that looks good every day from the outside. You need to build a life that feels honest from the inside. A life where you can breathe. A life where you can grow. A life where you can be proud of who you are becoming. Not perfect, not finished. Becoming. That word is important. Becoming means you are not complete yet. You are in process. You are changing. You are learning. You are developing. So maybe instead of asking, why am I not there yet? Ask, who am I becoming through this? Maybe you are becoming more patient, more disciplined, more honest, more independent, more courageous, more focused, more mature. These qualities matter. They may not appear on social media. They may not impress people immediately, but they shape your future. Now, let's finish with a simple reminder. You are allowed to take your time. Not waste your time. Take your time. There is a difference. Wasting time means avoiding life. Taking your time means building carefully. Wasting time means doing nothing and refusing responsibility. Taking your time means moving at a pace that allows real growth. So be patient, but not passive. Be ambitious, but not cruel to yourself. Be realistic, but not hopeless. Be inspired by others, but not destroyed by comparison. Be honest about your mistakes, but do not turn them into your identity. You are not late. You are learning. You are building. You are becoming. And even if today feels confusing, today can still matter. One small action can matter. One honest decision can matter. One good habit can matter. One step can matter. So take the step, not because everyone is watching, not because you need to prove your worth, not because you are behind. Take the step because your life is worth building. Thank you for listening. Breathe, slow down, choose one action, and remember, you do not need to have the perfect life to keep moving forward.